Welcome back to Cosmere Quandaries, your home for all things Cosmere. Today we're talking about Lirin and how he taught Kaladin all of the ideals of the Windrunners. This will contain spoilers for the events of Way of Kings, as well as events from Words of Radiance and Rhythm of War. If you have not read those books, I would suggest that you leave now after liking, giving me a comment to tell me where you are in the Cosmere, and subscribing for all future Cosmere theories. Every Tuesday, we're talking through the Death Rattles. Now, let's jump into it. The first ideal of the Windrunners is I will protect those who cannot protect themselves. Lirin has been doing that in front of Kaladin and teaching Kaladin to do that his entire life. As a surgeon, going to Hearthstone, taking care of the people there, no matter what. The Light Eyes don't care about life, Lirin tells Kaladin. And we have to be better than they are. This scene reinforces for Kaladin that he and his father are on a different path, a path of protecting and saving those who cannot, not merely protecting those in power. This scene also embodies the second or third ideal of the Windrunners, the second one particular to them. I will protect even those I hate, so long as it is right. In this scene, Rashon has been stabbed by a white spine. He is about to die. Lirin has his scalpel next to the artery that could kill Rashon, and he chooses not to kill him. Kaladin can't understand why, but Lirin reinforces for him. We have to be better than them. We have to care about life, even for those different than us, even for those who have wronged us. And Lirin is demonstrating that next ideal that Kaladin won't get to until Words of Radiance, when he protects Elokar, even though he hates him and detests his leadership. We turn our attention now to the fourth ideal of the Windrunners. I will accept that there are those I cannot protect. And we have to turn to one of Kaladin's saddest moments in his flashbacks. I can save her, Cal said, pulling off his shirt. The child was only 5. She'd fallen far. I can save her, he was mumbling. A crowd had gathered. Cal was only 13, but he'd been trained well. The first danger was blood loss. The leg was broken, compound fracture, spurting red where blood had split the skin. Cal found his hands trembling as he pressed his fingers against the wound. But of course, he's unsuccessful. He's unable to save her. Lirin comes to him and tells him the next ideal. Cal, this happens. It's unfortunate, but you couldn't have done more. That little body lost blood too quickly. Cal didn't reply. You have to learn when to care, son, Lirin said softly. And when to let go. You'll see. I had similar problems when I was younger. You'll grow calluses. We return once again to Rashon's surgery table. The third line supersedes them both, Rashon. A surgeon must know when someone is beyond their ability to help. Through the instance of the girl falling out the window and not being able to save Rashon's son, Lirin teaches Kaladin that there are times when a healer, a protector, a savior must accept that there are those they cannot protect or heal. And Kaladin would eventually learn that while diving to save his father, while remembering that Tien's death was not his responsibility. Now, we've talked about the first 4 ideals, how life must be protected, how it must be protected for those who cannot protect themselves, how you must protect even those you hate, and how you must accept there are those you cannot protect. What of the 5th ideal? This is a theory now for what will be revealed in Wind and Truth. The 5th ideal of the Windrunners, I believe, is revealed in the first flashback with Kaladin and Lirin. Let's read. Sani had 3 broken fingers, and the skin on her hand was scraped and gouged, the wound cluttered with sticks and dirt. The 3rd finger was the worst, shattered and twisted nastily, splinters of bone protruding through the skin. Cal felt its length, noting the fractured bones, the blackness on the skin. He carefully wiped away dried blood and dirt with a wet cloth, picking out rocks and sticks as his father cut thread for sewing. The third finger will have to go, won't it? Cal said, tying a bandage around the base of the finger to keep it from bleeding. His father nodded, a hint of a smile on his face. He'd hoped Cal would discern. Lirin often said that a wise surgeon must know what to remove and what to save. If that finger had been set properly at first, but no, it was beyond recovery. Sewing it back together would mean leaving it to fester and die. I believe this is the hidden fifth ideal that Lirin taught Kaladin, that he will learn to accept that there are times when he must sacrifice something that is valuable, something that is important, something that is precious to save and protect others. We see him struggle with this in Words of Radiance. He can't sacrifice his friendship with Moash, and so he allows Moash to nearly kill the king. We see him struggle with this in Oathbringer. He cannot sacrifice the listeners, the singers, and so he loses Elokar. And I believe that in Wind and Truth, there will come a point where he must sacrifice someone or something or some group of great value in a leadership role, and that will embody the fifth ideal of the Windrunners, leaders who can be trusted to make such a decision. Think back on Kaladin's journey. He has seen terrible leaders make terrible decisions. Amaram sacrificing his men, Sadeas sacrificing the bridgemen, Rashon sacrificing Tien, all for their own honor and glory and power. But could we trust a fifth ideal Windrunner to decide that some sacrifice needed to happen? Absolutely. It's not going to be self-sacrifice. Kaladin understands how to sacrifice himself. The higher calling of the Windrunner will be in leadership, requiring sacrifice of another. This has been Cosmere Quandaries. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below whether you think this is creme or chowta, and what you're looking forward to seeing in Wind and Truth. Let's wander through the Cosmere and find out.